Salvete omnes, this is Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek. 2-7, Lakitu's Wall, where we find a new enemy who, as far as I know, appears only in this stage. I don't know what exactly is their official name, but Sumo Guys, Fat Guys, something like that. And the mini-milds are back. Basically, if you make one of the fat guys into an egg, it becomes a giant egg, and this giant egg basically acts as a POW. It destroys all the enemies on screen. Also, I guess Lakitu's back here. Well, the stage is called Lakitu's Wall, but this time the Lakitus aren't flying in the sky, but rather embedded in holes in the wall, where they can easily be jumped on. Origin. So yeah, up here isn't really the main part of the stage, but it is kind of a little side area with some items to get, such as red coins and flowers and hit. And another bonus minigame. Gather coins. Grab more coins than your enemy before the time reaches zero. Yes, it's another of these. And the bandit gets the first coin, surprisingly. But he shall not prevail. Ah, bandit, your luck is not as good as it was at the beginning. Being able to lick the coins with your tongue just completely kills all possible competition you might have in this minigame. So I think once you have 3 big eggs, then the fat guys no longer appear on the screen. Well, this ain't a perfect run here, so... I'd kinda like to save my big eggs for when I actually need them, which, knowing me, could be never. I have a tendency to save stuff and just plain hoard it. Huh. I never noticed, the coins that were activated by hitting a switch have a slightly different animation. Or at least the frames are different. Yeah, okay, that flashing shy guy, if you shoot him with eggs, you can get 1-ups and stuff, but I don't have enough non-big eggs to try that. And these are bullet bill blasters. But now, in sprite form, for your convenience. Yeah, I will obsessively keep an eye on my eggs in this stage to make sure I always have the maximum possible number of big eggs. get more than 3 if you do it right. And I didn't. And, ow! Guess I have the big egg, so I might as well actually use them. Even if it is contrary to my nature. Whoops. Went to make that into an egg instead, ducked down the pipe. And miss a coin. And a wild random area with athletic music and falling platforms appears. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was. Yeah, you can pound down on 2 of these things simultaneously if you stand in the right place. And you can really embarrass this Egodel here, because we'll be doing so much pounding already that he won't get a chance to retaliate. Ever. Don't know what the purpose of that was, but... Yeah, expect to hear that boom sound a lot in this room. Because there are a ton of these poundable logs here. Like this one. Which is really long. And of course they have to stick the item at the very bottom. Once again, don't really have the right equipment to beat that guy. So there's a bonus area up here if you jump across the clouds like this. Hit that, switch, secret entrance. And one of these hides a flower, but I can never remember which one. And I guessed correctly. As far as I know, there aren't any red coins in that one. But so that was all that was there. More of the fat guys. And some unfinished business in this room. Or this area, I guess. How am I doing on points? 17, 30, 17, 4. That's less. Crud. Forgot to check to see if I was actually shooting a big egg. There's an enemy I can lick. It's usually easier to spit things into those. Actually, why do I even need to use that flower? I have 30 stars already. So that was all the red coins, just one more flower and a Lakitu gauntlet. The biggest in the game. It's another question mark cloud that gives you 1 coin. And that one was a POW, apparently. Dang, I can't respawn the big shy guy. Accidentally killed him when I activated the POW. There's that 5th flower, so I already have a score of 100 points. And there's a middle ring here. So this last room doesn't have any Lakitus, and it doesn't have any fat guys. But Are you a good driver? It is easy. Use B to avoid your enemies. It is quite fun. Another new morph bubble transformation. The car! Which is fun, but probably the most useless transformation of all. You just drive along and press B to extend your wheels like that, since you can't jump in car form. And that's about it. This is actually, as far as I know, the only stage where you transform into the car, so... And 2 transformations for the price of 1. It's helicopter time. None of these coins are red, obviously, but look, 3 1-ups just sitting there begging to be taken. And another. Had I kept the car form, I could have gone up there. And if you still have a big egg when you hit the goal roulette, it turns into 4 coins. Seven is a pretty fun stage, I guess. I like the big shy guys and bullet bill blasters and stuff. Although I guess that one room where you have to do all the pounding on the posts gets kinda tedious. Drawing once again. Let's see if I can't have better luck this time. And no, I can't. For being a game where you have a 50-50 chance of winning, I sure don't seem to do very well at drawing lots. And for the Castle of World 2, we have 2-8. The Potted Ghost's Castle. Starts off outside. Goes inside to a lava area. Because every castle in a Mario game needs to have lava, doesn't it? Almost everyone. There are exceptions, mainly in this game, which we'll see later. But whatever. Not important. This part in the first room is actually a little bit tedious. Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but you can't eat the guys that come out of the lava. And they have kind of the same effect as a red watermelon, which I don't think has actually been introduced in this game yet, except in the bonus minigame. How exciting! Moving on a slow line-guided platform with no enemies. Truly a thrill. And there's the first middle ring. I should note something about 2-8. It is quite long. Not tedious, most of it, but it is the only stage in the game that has 4 middle rings, which is actually the maximum that any stage in Yoshi's Island can have. You cannot put more than 4 middle rings in one stage. Not that they ever needed to. Obviously, if they would have needed to, they would have allowed you to have more than 4. Another arrow lift room, but much more dangerous than the one back in 1-8. Because you may have noticed the spikes down below. Yes, those will instant kill you if you happen to touch one. Unlike the yellow spikes, though, they can actually be destroyed by eggs. And time for another train transformation. Just to get a flower. And some coins. Must never forget the coins, oh best beloved. And we're back to the aerial antics. Or should I say arrow antics. Come on, you're supposed to go right and slightly up. I want that coin! I will have my coin. And now we're in the sewers. Complete with sound effects. And darkness. Is this the first sewer area we've seen? Not counting those little places where you can go down the enemy respawning pipe. I think it is. Another new enemy type. I don't know what these guys are called either, but they're shy guys that pass a bomb between each other, or one another. Whatever. And when they get to you, they drop it. And yet another new enemy, which I think is called... Oh, what is this thing called? They're flowers that roll and hurt you and stuff. I plumb forgot what those things are called. Dizzy Dandy? That's it. Dizzy Dandy. And we have another pot to push. This time with bombs dropping from above. Yeah, it is the potted ghost's castle, so there are quite a few pots in this stage. That coin, even I'm not gonna risk getting. It's not worth it. If it were a red coin, yes. But... Oh yeah, this yellow stuff? It's funny. And interesting. Rather entertaining, that. Wait, 8? Did I get a hit? I could have sworn I had 25. 4. So yes, we need that key for later. And it's actually mandatory. This time. When throwing, you may stop the aiming cursor by holding L or R. This can greatly increase your accuracy. Allow me to demonstrate. The cursor moves back and forth. Press R. Suddenly, cursor freezes. You've probably already seen me doing that earlier in the game. That pipe, and... I told you we needed that key eventually. Or would we? Here's middle ring number 2. Yeah, this stage is kinda long. Bert? I haven't seen him in a while. I think this is the only other stage they appear in besides 1-4. It's a destroy them all bonus. And I now have 4 of 5 flowers and 11 of 20 coins. Make that 13. There's another of these areas. And I'm pretty sure those spikes on the wooden log things are not instant death. They just damage you. I think this is the only stage they appear in. Do not touch the thorns, they will knock you out. You can destroy the thorns by hitting them with eggs, which I explained in the second room, or third, I guess. So now we have an arrow left section, and the thorns are on the walls instead. Doesn't make them any less deadly. They're silent and deadly, but they're not flatulent. That one you actually have to destroy. And the door leads us to a random pink and purple jungle area with bandits. This place is full of them. Absolutely full to the brim, I tell you. So yeah, sorry if you're the type of person who really gets annoyed by Mario crying, because you're probably going to hear it a lot in here. That's what you get for kidnapping my baby, you jerk. And yes, there are pots. There are several pots. One of them holds the key needed to escape this room. Ah, they really like to hide those bandits behind the scenery, don't they? Let's get rid of all of them first. And yeah, obviously it's another area with the disappearing, reappearing scenery, whatever you call it. Okay, is that all of them? Yes, it is. Good. And there's middle ring number 3. And that pot had the key. Okay, first try. I think it's the same pot every time, but I'm not sure. Just for fun, might as well push them all. And there's the door you need to unlock with the key. I could have sworn there were more pots than that. So, last room before the boss. You can actually shoot pots eggs. It's kinda interesting. And there's middle ring number 4. That's the only way to get that pot down, is to shoot it. And boss door. Huh? Yoshi dear, that baby is going to cause disaster to befall the Koopas. So give him here before you accidentally get hurt. They spelled accidentally wrong, but that's beside the point. So, now Kamek puts a spell on an inanimate object. The innocent little flower pot turns into a giant hulking ghost who blows blue flames and doesn't damage you by touching you. At least, not when he does that. Now the only reason this guy isn't pathetic is he has 2 Shy Guys behind him who push his pot forward. Your objective is to push his pot backward. And it doesn't go as forward as fast. And there's only 1 Shy Guy, because you push the other one off the edge. And once you push both Shy Guys off the edge, it doesn't go forward at all. And then you push him off the edge. This boss is not difficult, if it wasn't obvious already. So, key to World 3 unlocked. Stars 30 out of 30, coins 20 out of 20, flowers 5 out of 5, total points 100. Perfect. Extra 2, bonus 2, and castle blowing up cutscene, or whatever you want to call these. And World 3 unlocked. And you might hear the strings in the background. Actually, this time 2 channels have been added to the music. Of course, there's before going to World 3, there's still the extra 2 the 2 bonus to check out. But that's a story for next time. That was 2 stages, so it's time to cut it. See you next time as we finish off World 2.